Hello and welcome back to the Minecraft adventure. This is the third episode, and as you remember last time, we came back home because it was raining a little bit. Also needed to gear up a little bit more as we progress down the actual mine that we've created. Now we've got that trading villager over there near the home base, but I haven't found any emeralds, so there's no need to interact with them. But at this point, I'm a little upset because the coordinates are not showing up on my map like they used to. So after doing some digging real quick, I do go ahead and find how to turn on the coordinates just so they're always on the screen, which will certainly be come in handy quite a bit, as we can then just kind of use that as a point of reference for digging around. Now that we have the coordinates up on screen, we are able to progress down to the level where it's most likely to find diamonds, which is level 12. And we're going to go ahead and employ the strip mining technique. But as we're progressing around here and kind of setting up the preliminary area, we run into a bit of a lava pit. And I should have made a mental note of this, especially where I don't yet have a bucket nor water in it, which is one of those essential things that you need when you start rummaging around in these types of spaces. So I do what I can and fill in the lava with some gravel here, set up another torch so we have a little bit more lighting. And for the time being, I'm going to collect the rest of this iron that's here and hopefully put that towards a bucket at some point in the future so I can mine and travel a little bit more efficiently. Now as we continue through, we actually stumble across our first set of diamonds, which is nice. And the diamonds are right here on the floor, a little bit below the level 12 area where they're most likely to spawn, but I'm certainly not complaining for having found them to any degree. However, I don't have a iron pickaxe on me either, so we've got to run all the way back home and craft one of those so we can efficiently mine any diamonds that we find down here. So it's still raining, and it's now officially nighttime where it wasn't before. So we get back home, get a iron pickaxe crafted, and then it's probably a good idea to turn in for the night so we can work under hopefully less storm and more daylight. But as we wake up the next morning, it is still raining outside, unfortunately, but that shouldn't be too big of a concern. So I go ahead and craft another stone pickaxe where my original one is just about done. Rain has just barely cleared up, which is nice, and we can go ahead and get back into our mine now with our iron pickaxe to pull that diamond out of the ground. So I made a huge tactical error here in not remembering exactly the demographic of where I am. So I get the first diamond, and I'm so excited about it that I immediately forget about where I was and fall into a lava pit here. And that's kind of the end of all of my useful inventory. And I immediately, set back out because I've got to restock on a bunch of my equipment here. And these tiny little zombies are just the bane of my existence. I don't care for them at all. They're really annoying, and they keep cropping up everywhere, even in broad daylight. So they really cause quite a bit of frustration for me. Now, one thing, I made a couple of rookie mistakes here. I set out without crafting another map, and at the very least I set out without setting down my coordinates to be able to find my way back home if I do happen to lose my way, which is just a terrible judgment call on my part. But I'm looking for more iron, and that's kind of my main priority at this point because I just need to be able to craft some more iron tools, an iron bucket, other items to help out a bit. And as I'm off spelunking, I do end up getting a little bit more lost than I would really like to, which is not good by any sense of the word. And at this point, I'm trying to base my memory off of where my home base is located, where I last saw the coordinates at, and that's just not doing anyone any favors. But I'm also collecting a few more resources as I'm running around, because one never knows when you're going to need food, when you're going to need any of those other materials from animals or different products. And I figured that probably a good sound piece of logic was to find my way over to the coastline. And I was sort of on the right track and ended up following the coast the wrong way as I went back and looked at the coordinates of where my map is. And at this point, it's nightfall, it's dark, and I'm just in a really bad spot. I've got minimal tools, minimal food, and part of my logic in running around here was to take on this gold-plated zombie in the hopes and efforts of getting an extra piece of armor. One of these other small zombies pops up, he has me backpedaling, and I make another rookie mistake here. I'm not checking behind me, I'm not aware of my surroundings, and as you can hear, I completely miss the creeper up behind me, and he blows me up. And that's really about all I can handle, so I go ahead and sleep so I don't have to deal with nightfall and monsters anymore. And I mean, I've got to keep my glass furnace going, but it's going to be all starting over from scratch. And we'll certainly be making some course corrections here in the next episode. So we're going to fix some things and get back on track in the next episode. So I hope you're looking forward to that. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.